Hey friends, my name is Olivia and welcome to my channel called Talking About What Though, where who exactly knows what we're talking about, but I have done a pick a card reading for the full moon in Scorpio this week. Whenever I think full moon in Scorpio, I'm like, hashtag spooky vibes. And spooky as in it's bringing out all that deep dark bullshit you have going on and bringing it to the surface so you can acknowledge it, do something about it, fucking fix it, whatever. And none of these readings I've done shy away from that at all. So pick a card and find out what bullshit you have going on and what you can fucking do about it. So here are the cards to pick from, 1, 2, and 3. I am using the Quantum Oracle by Sandra and Taylor. And what's really cool about this deck actually is that every card has 2 meanings to it. So if you pull the card upside down, there's a reverse meaning as opposed to if you would have pulled it right side up. So that is pretty cool and I really appreciate that. Pick a card now if you haven't done so already because we're starting right now with number 1. So the cards we got for group number 1 are Commitment. He's cute. But it was in the reverse position. Second card is New Beginnings. Cute baby. Again, in the reverse position. And the third card is Status Quo. This one was right side up. So, Commitment, if it were in the right side up position, it would be obviously like you're starting a new commitment, whether that's a relationship or a job or something, whatever. But being in the reverse position, it means the ending of a commitment. So whether that's the end of a relationship or the end of a job, a lot of physical things like maybe you're ending a lease to your apartment or stuff like that. So some kind of ending of an agreement that was made at one point in time, whether you're doing it on purpose or whether you feel like it's happening to you, that's kind of what this means. So new beginnings obviously would mean new beginnings. I mean, duh. But again, being in the reverse position, it kind of is about really wanting those new beginnings, but not quite getting it the way you want. Which makes a whole lot of sense. It's like, shit has ended and you really want shit to start again, but it's not quite working out for you. There's like feelings of frustration. It feels like beating your head against the wall, trying to really force something, trying to fit, how's it go? A square peg into a round hole, something like that. There's a feeling of, like I said, trying really hard to make something work because you want it so bad, but like you're kind of coming off desperate at the same time because there's like a feeling of urgency, there's fear. It's just not working out. So to add the Status Quo card to it, it would be really easy if this would have been in the reverse position, because in the reverse position, that would mean you got to stop doing what it is that you're doing. I'm going to keep that message because that's pretty fucking simple, but because it was in the right side up position, it's about keeping what you're doing. Keep going on the track that you're going. Keep doing what you're doing. But if what you were doing is not working out and you feel like shit and your things ended, you're trying to start new things, but like you feel meh, then we need to keep doing what we know is right. It's about going beyond the ego, going beyond that part of you that is doubtful, that is desperate, that is frustrated, and going back to your inner being, the part of you that knows what peace is, that knows what calmness is, that knows that everything is always working out for you, that you're in the right place at the right time, that if you are going through challenges or something has faded away, that's not a part of your life anymore, then this is ultimately a good thing. And it's a good thing. There's a big part of you that knows that this is all about growth and development and that it's ultimately putting you onto a path where you're meant to go and how you're going to get what you want. That's what you got to hold on to. The part of you that deep down, it's already true of how you're going to get there. And buying into the whole ego and the fear and the desperation and really wanting something, even though you're not doing it right, it's just not going to work. We need to stick with what we actually know and what we feel deep inside of us to be true. Okay, so for group number 2, we have increase. So pretty. Letting go. Family, along with friends and colleagues. So all of these cards were actually in the reverse position. So with increase being in the reverse position, I feel like that would naturally mean decrease, right? Duh. But it's not so in your face and poignant as receiving the decrease card would have been. This is a little bit more subtle. This is more steady. It's not so all at once or in your face. It also is about being smart and responsible and planning. So like a couple like examples would be, if you know you're gonna be short on money, you're gonna be saving your money. Or maybe you want to be saving your money up for something in particular. Or maybe you're going to be doing something, or someone's going to be doing something, and there's going to be a slight decrease of time available. So you're being a little bit more mindful and wise with your time and how you're spending it. So there's a sense of being smart and responsible and mindful with this card. So then we have letting go. And again, in the reverse position, meaning it is time to let go of a negative attachment or an unhealthy attachment. This could be to people, places, things. I think the main thing is probably the behavior you have or the mental processes, the way you're thinking about things. It's not just about actually letting it go, because that's like a whole different step itself, but what comes before that is the realization and the knowing that this is not good for you and you need to fucking do something different. You need to let that shit go. So then we have family and friends and colleagues, but being in the reverse position means there's something not fun going on with all of this. It comes back to the negative attachment that you need to recognize and let go of. And it could be like actual physical, you know, maybe you need to let go of some people that are in your life that you know y'all are not good together. It could be taken, I think, physically like that, or maybe a workplace, you know it's not good for you and you gotta go. But I do think that this is coming back to what you think and how you react, and the need to control what's maybe going on in your workplace or what's going on with your family, but it's fear-based at the same time. It's kind of like you need to know when to shut up sort of a thing, or even if you have like the intent to help somebody, but it's not like coming off as helpful, it's actually coming off as like annoying as fuck, and you need to like stop. It's about you being in shit that you kind of don't really have a place to be in. Like there's a difference between being smart and responsible and helpful, and then being involved in something that you just don't need to be fucking doing. Like, let people do their own shit. You don't have to control everything. So where's that control coming from? It's coming from fear. It's coming from lack. It's you probably feel out of control in yourself, and it's coming out at other people or situations. So that's a negative attachment you have to that kind of way of being that you got to recognize is not helping anybody. It's not helping yourself, and you need to like let go of it. And whether this is something that you already are aware of or not, you're becoming aware of it now. So you can start the very slight decrease in backing off from that kind of mentality, from that kind of behavior. Because, I mean, we can't change like overnight. Well, I'm not going to say we can't, because like maybe you can. But if this is like a particular thought pattern or typical way of being for you, if your internal world feels kind of really jumbled up, then it's going to take a minute to get right side up, right? So you need to start thinking differently. Start with little steps, being more mindful, in how you're going to interact with people, how you're interacting with yourself, what kind of thoughts you're having, what are you telling yourself, and be on the path towards changing that, to feeling better, because then you'll have better relationships with the people around you, whether that's friends or family. When you strengthen the relationship you have with yourself, then this shit gets better. So recognize you need to let this shit go and start working on it so everybody can be better. That's about it. So for group number 3, we have intuition and manifestation in the reversed position. Angels of the 4 directions in the reversed position. Stuck energy, right side up, along with discovery, right side up. Intuition and manifestation, being in the reversed position, is about feeling frustrated or out of balance, or feeling a disconnect between you and your intuition or your inner being. It's about not quite knowing the path that you want to go on or how you're going to get there. It's about not having a broad vision of how you want something to look. Or you do have an idea, you do have a goal, there is something that you want, and you're just not entirely sure how to get there. Along with maybe telling yourself false limiting beliefs that, there's stuff you want to do, but you're telling yourself a narrative of bullshit, of maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I can't do this because of X, Y, or Z, and it's really fucking you up. It's really jumbling you, and you're not clear about shit, and you're getting bogged down. So angels of the 4 directions, again being in the reverse position, is about calling in guidance from Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel. In the other way around, like if it were right side up, it would be Archangel Raphael and Archangel Uriel, but the reverse position is Michael and Gabriel. So call in your guides, call in the archangels. Archangel Michael can give you strength and stability, whereas Archangel Gabriel can help bring clarity to your words, not just speaking out loud, but again, that negative self-talk. If you're telling yourself a bunch of fucking bullshit, he can help bring some clarity through his guidance in that regard. But if you're like me, and you don't completely resonate with an answer of just call in your archangels and shit, which there's nothing wrong with, it's part of this fucking reading, I'm down with it, but it doesn't quite totally resonate with me. I'm more of a person who thinks that I can do everything myself, or I want to do it myself. Sometimes I get defiant, and it really sucks, where I get into a well fuck you kind of a mode, and I don't need you and I can do everything by myself. But if I get trapped in letting the uncertainty of what the fuck I'm doing really bog me down, then I'm just setting myself up for failure. If I think that I can do it by myself, but I'm also hindering myself at the same time, it's like a really awkward cycle of bullshit. So the stuck energy card is about being stuck. Where the fuck are you going? How are you gonna get there? Who fucking knows? But what I really like about this card is that it is about knowing that you can unstuck yourself or unfuck yourself. I mean, whatever. You are powerful. You are capable. You are able to do it. You can create your own goddamn reality. So if you got yourself into this mess, you can definitely get yourself out of it. But again, I'm going to back off from the defiant. That's more of like, an uplifting. If you don't want to connect to any of these guides or angels, then connect to like your inner being, your higher self, the one that knows what the fuck is going on. Try to focus on connecting to that. Because again, where'd that card go? A disconnect with that going on. So try to connect to it and know that you have the power and the capability to do so. So then we have the discovery card. And this is about the discovery of new ideas or new people, or, well, they don't have to be new, just something else that can help you move along, to help you get unstuck. When we drop the defiance of fuck you, I can do it all by myself, and you actually tell yourself that it's okay, oh, there's a bug. Tell yourself that it's actually okay to get help from others, then you could be opening yourself up to like a lot of really good shit. This is a really good card. This is a really positive card. It's about being open. It's about setting the intention that you want to receive good ideas. You want to come across people that can help you. It's okay to think that you need some help right now, especially if you've been really bogged down and the biggest enemy is yourself. And that's what this card, Discovery, is about knowing that it's okay and being open to receiving things that can help you. Like, you never know what could happen. Like, you could meet somebody that really resonates with you, you know, whether that's a love interest or a mentor or something like that. You could like even see some kind of quote online or something that inspires you in some way. Maybe it provokes a particular thought, or maybe you're inspired to act this way, and then that can help build some momentum to help get you going forward. So if you're unclear about what you're doing, where you're going, all the thoughts in your head, and you feel stuck, call on Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel to help you, but also know that you can do it yourself, but it's okay to get help. Know that it's okay. Be open to people helping you. But at the end of the day, remember that nobody can save you besides yourself. All these good things can come in of people and places and things that can help you, and that is good. But keep in mind that you are bringing that into your reality. So you are doing it. This is uplifting. You are doing it. You are bringing that in. And trust that you can make the right decisions as to what you're going to do with it, because nobody can really change your situation except for you. Thank you for watching this video. Click like if you liked it. Hopefully one of these messages resonated with you and you were able to see some bullshit. Happy full moon in Scorpio. #spooky vibes. I will see you next week.